You can have a life without vision, but you cannot have a future without vision. How important is it to you to maximize the rest of the days of your life? Now, if you would have asked me that question when I was 16, I would have came up with a completely different answer for you now that I'm 39 and still holding. At 16, if you'd asked me, how important is it to me to maximize the rest of the days of my life, I'd have said, I don't care about maximizing the rest of the days of my life. All I care about is right now. As a matter of fact, back then I lived by what I call the Prince theology. I was going to party like it's 1999. But you know, the older I get and the more gray hairs that start appearing on my head and on my goatee, as I examine this question becomes very, very important to me. And I bet for many of those of you who are here tonight, you would say, Dr. Keith, the older I get, the more I'm really thinking about. I only have so much time, and I want to maximize the rest of the time that I do have here on this planet.
Keith Johnson, PhD, is the confidence coach. He has spent the last 15 years training over 120,000 leaders how to maximize their leadership potential and effectiveness. He's an international speaker who has spoken around the world in Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Africa, India, and throughout the United States.
Today we're dealing with a multitude of people who are managers, but they are not leaders. There's a difference between a manager and a leader. A manager is consumed with the past and the present. A manager just wants to make sure all the systems are in operation. They want to make sure everything is running smoothly. The key word for the manager is predictability. But with a leader is completely different. Because a leader is someone who looks into the future of what could be. They see the possibilities of the future. And then they come back to the present. They implement the changes that need to happen so that they can birth what they saw in the future into a future reality. Life confidence is when you have a crystal clear. What's the two words? Crystal clear. What's the two words? Crystal clear picture of where you're going in your future. When you know your purpose in life and you have a detailed plan on how you're going to make it happen. You got to know where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, you are like the blind leading the blind, and the blind lead everybody into the what? To the ditch. So it's imperative to understand that we are called to be leaders of destiny. Leaders who have a clear picture of where we're going.
Keith is also a frequent television guest, distinguished author, and leadership consultant who is well known as a change strategist who coaches and serves leaders, empowering them to raise their organizations to the next higher level and beyond.
Got to know your purpose. Your purpose asks the question, why? Why am I here? Well, everything that the Creator made, He created to either solve a problem or meet a need. Everything. Do you know that even a cockroach solves a problem? And I'm telling you, in Florida, I'm from Florida, we have the biggest cockroaches that you have ever seen in Florida. You can ride on them things. You say, Dr. Keith, what kind of a problem does a cockroach solve? It gives the Orkin man a job. So everything in the earth It either meets some sort of need. Every business meets some sort of need, or it solves some sort of problem. And you are not here by accident. You are here to solve some sort of problem or meet some sort of need. The two greatest days of your life is this. Number one was the day you were born. Number two was the day you discover why you were born.
To book Dr. Keith Johnson for your next event, call 1-800-379-2663. Also, visit our website at www.drkeithjohnson.com.